What is going on? Welcome to Greggles TV. This video is going to be all tips and tricks for the TCL QM6K series. I specifically have the 98-inch version of this television. So if you want to pick it up, it's linked down below. It is an awesome television, but they make smaller sizes as well. I know it at least goes down to 55, if not smaller as well. So they have like 55 all the way up to 98 and everything in between. So let's get into it. We'll start it off with the remote. Here is the remote right here. The button at the top right there, the red one, is to turn the TV off. The one to the left is the button to mute the television. The one below the mute button, if you press that, that's going to allow you to choose your different selections. If you want to go to your Google TV Home or AirPlay, Antenna TV, any of your HDMIs if you want right there, as well as any apps that are in here. And you can add apps as well in here. Like this is like just quick to get to things. And you can also uncheck things here too. So like if you don't want to see, like I don't have Antenna TV. So for me, I can remove that. You can't, it doesn't look like you can remove these two. They're locked in, but the other ones you can remove. So if I don't want to see HDMI 1 or 2, I can just come up here and select it, which this is the select button right here in the middle, this button, black button, but I do want it. So otherwise you can uncheck those right there. You can also remove any apps. Like I don't need this stuff right here, but for me, some of these apps might be important. I know I watch a lot of YouTube, so YouTube is cool to get in there as a quick shortcut. Or I'll say Disney Plus, Netflix, Paramount Plus, maybe we'll remove Apple TV, and Max, Hulu, Prime Video, Spotify, Peacock, and then I'm good at that point. I can hit my back button right here, and it's going to say, do you want to save the changes? I'm going to put OK, and now those are saved. To go back to the remote, we're going to press this button right here, this button right below the power button. If I press that, that's cool because it brings up all of my quick settings for, changing the picture mode, going to sound mode. It can change my audio output, so set up a sleep timer. If I want to turn on or off Game Master, which is their option to control gaming settings, Bluetooth, network and internet, any of the settings really that I want to come right in here. It's really easy to, and I can even hit this plus sign and again, remove or add anything that I want in here. And again, if you want it, you just select it, uncheck, or if you want it, you can hit that and it'll check it. So it's up to you what you want to show up in there, but all of that stuff is ready to go. And then when you're done, just hit done and it will save it successfully for you. We have the back button right there. This is the directional keypad to select whatever you want. Home button, you have your Google button, which will allow you to talk to the television. What was the score of the Celtics game? So I'm holding it down the whole time I'm talking to it, so just know that much. And it gives me the Celtics. I can also control my home, things like that if I want. Anything you have that's set up within Google Assistant, this will do that. So it's a helpful little feature. I do want to tell you too, a little quick toggle. If you press this, say you press this button, you can press it again and it will go away. So you can press it again. You don't have to hit the back button. But this is the back button right there. Settings button to go directly into settings. And then you select it in the very top right. And then we have volume keys and changing channels. 1, 2, 3 button. This page doesn't support a virtual remote, but you do have some things that will do virtual remote. If you want to know what something means, let me hit the home button right here. Like I'm gonna just be highlighted over the Netflix app, for instance. If I hit the button right here with the eye on it, if I press that, it doesn't do anything. Some things will show you what it means. Let's see, I'll play this real quick. We'll go into YouTube. So if you hit the I button and you're watching something, it just kind of brings up information about what you're watching. At the bottom of the remote, you have shortcuts to certain apps. From what I know, you're unable to change those within anything on here, so you're stuck with those. Under the For You, if you come down to apps and you long press this middle button right here, you can move or you can reorder your app. So I'm just going to press and hold it. I can go into, whoops, let me go back into that. I can go to move, and I can move this around where I want. So for me, YouTube is very, very important. I like it to be my first app. Free play, not that important for me. So I'm going to just select it, and I don't have to keep long pressing at this point. I can easily just select something and put it down here, for instance. When I'm done, I can just come down here and done. And so once you do hit done, you would have to long press to start moving apps again. If you want to try to remove an app, you can press and long press it again, long select it, and you can go to view details. And I don't watch Tubi a lot, but let's just see, I can uninstall it. So I'm going to hit uninstall. So if you want to uninstall apps, that would be how you do it for any apps that you have. Like I don't need user guide in here. So I'm going to move that all the way over to the right. Doesn't need to be there. But yeah, that's how you move apps when you're done. Again, just hit done. This is your live TV. So anything live TV app or anything you have set up in here should show up in here, and you can quickly go to it. Also, apps. If you want to download an app, you can come into apps and you can browse by multiple, tons of different apps to go in here. You can also search for apps if you want. So I can type it, or I can press and hold my Google button. Netflix. And it will search for Netflix, or if I already have it, it will potentially open it. You can tell it to open it too as well, but it'll search for the apps as well right there. Library is with all of your TV shows and movies that you've purchased on Google. And this is where they are. You can just play them. TCL is basically all the TCL apps and not apps, but TV shows and channels that you can watch on here. All of it's free. You also have the search button over here, which allows you to search for movies, shows, casts, and more. You can come in here and just search for whatever you want. Again, you can talk it, or you can type it. So if I just want to type Tom Hanks, it's going to show me any and all things that have Tom Hanks in it. Or you could type comedy and it will show you comedy movies or teen comedy movies. So I'm just going to type Tom Hanks. It's going to search through its database of TV shows and things like that, and YouTube and all that stuff, and show me anything that I have there. A couple of key things down below here. There is a little switch. It's to the left of the TCL logo. I can flick that and it says microphone is disabled. So if you don't want the microphone to listen to you, you can flick that off or turn it back on. The microphone is enabled. Going all the way over to the top right to settings, I can come in here and quickly go to different things in here. You can see I have Google Home if I want. Control home devices from your TV. You can see view and control compatible devices and automations from your Google TV quick settings. You can change your selections later in the TV settings, but you can have that set up on your home panel or doorbell notifications on the TV if you have that set up. Let's go back in here. You can also set up AirPlay if you have that. You can finish the setup of your TV or clear all notifications if you want. So I've cleared all those notifications. You also get little tips about your television. But again, I can access these things inside of the settings. So I'm just going to do that. So this is where you can switch your account, but you can also do that in settings. So again, we'll just go into settings. In settings, this is where you can set up if you have like a cable TV without a box or an antenna, come in here. And you can choose channels and do channel scan, and then scan automatically, and it will scan for any TV channels that it can pick up through your antenna or through your cable input that you've put on the back of the television. External input settings, go in here, external devices, HDMI control. Make sure that's on. Mine's grayed out, so yours probably will be too, but make sure that's on. Make sure eARC is turned on if you're using a sound bar. Power on the TV and sync, I would turn that on. Devices, standby and sync, I turn that on. Auto switch, automatically standby to save energy when the HDMI connector is not in use. So you can have that turn your TV off as well. But I have all this stuff set up, so I'm going to take it one step back. Basically, CEC just allows like your game console or your Apple TV or whatever you have connected to the television to HDMI port to automatically turn on and off the TV. That's why I like that CEC stuff. But yeah, you can come in here to HDMI. For instance, I have HDMI 1. You can stop seeing this input. And you can change the name of it too. I went down here, I gave it a custom name, and you just type in what you want. And I have, what did I name it? PlayStation 5. So you can do that, come in here and give your things different names on here. So it's kind of cool if you don't know, you're not sure what it is. Going back to settings, display and sound, picture. I set my stuff to vivid, but you can select however you want it to look. It's up to you. You are in control of this. And the cool thing, you can do this with your, and generally I will say, I'm just doing it for the video, but I do keep my brightness at 100. You don't have to, but I like my TV to be super bright. I didn't really mess with the other looks on here too much. I like the way it looks, so it's not bugging me at all. Same thing with color, clarity, all that stuff. I didn't mess with it. But if you want to, go ahead. You're more than welcome. You can also restore your defaults on there. Apply. This is a big one. Apply. So if you like your settings the way you set it for like one of your HDMI ports or the regular TV port, you can apply those settings to all of them. So you can see apply all current pictures only to the current, but it's just because I changed the brightness for this video. So that's why it says that. But yeah, I have it set to all of them. So you can come in here and do all inputs, and it will save your settings the way you set up your TV for all your inputs or just the current input. Eye health protection, you can turn this stuff on and off. I have this both off. Blue, basically adaptive brightness will automatically adjust the screen brightness based on the ambient room light. So if it's dark in your room, your TV is going to look dark. If it's bright in your room, it's going to look bright, or somewhere in between, it's going to adjust to that. I don't want it to do that. I just want it to always look nice and bright. Same thing with blue light filter. This reduces the blue light in the image to protect your eyes. So your image is going to be really yellow looking. That's why I keep it off. Automatic content recognition, you can see when enabled, switch to the corresponding picture mode. When filmmaker mode, video content is recognized. So if it's like a film, it's going to switch over the look of your television. I don't want it to do that, but if you like it, turn it on. Screen settings, yeah, I didn't really mess with it too much. Sound, this is where you can choose different sound settings if you want. Sound customization, again, I didn't really touch any of this, but if you want more bass or more dialogue, you can easily just, turn this on to be more dialogue heavy or more definition. You can hit restore defaults. Auto processing, I have it set to auto. So if anything's hooked up to it or whatever, it's going to switch over to those different sounds. Same thing with acoustics laboratory. You can adjust volume control if you want, or AI sonic adaptation, which reduces undesirable reflected sounds. So I have all that off though. There you go. You can set your auto settings. Audio output, you can set it to auto. It'll probably work, but I just have it set to EARC, or ARC, I should say, for my soundbar. But that's also if you're, wanting to switch back to the television speakers, just choose internal speaker. If you have Bluetooth set up, or optical or external subwoofer, or again, you can just set it to auto and it should be smart enough to switch to it. Digital audio out, this is where you can switch to pass through or PCM, or just set it to auto and it should be smart enough to switch. Going back to settings, going to network and internet to switch and connect to different Wi-Fi networks if need be. Anything else in here, you can check your internet connection, but you shouldn't have to play in here too much. Accounts and profiles. This is where you can add an account if you want like a different YouTube account to show up, or any switch accounts. This is where you can do that. Going back to the main screen of settings, go down to apps. You can see all of your apps. You can also uninstall apps here. You can see Apple TV. I can come over here and just uninstall it, or force stop it. If you're having an issue with it, come in here and choose force stop. Or if you are wanting to clear the data from it, hit clear data and it'll delete all the logins and stuff and downloads that you have for that app. Auto update, manage updates. You can come in here. You can your apps will automatically update. I have it set up like that, so it should work. Back to the main screen of settings. You got system. If you go into about, this is where you can check for updates. It should auto update, but you can go into network update and it will search for any system updates that your TV may have. You can see I'm on the newest version. You can also change the name of your television. I have it set to 98 TV, but you can come in there and change or don't change. If you speak a different language, you can go to settings, system, and then language, and switch your language. This is how much storage you have on here. You can see I have total space. They give you about 52 gigs. Obviously, it's probably 64, and then 52 is left over after system. And you can see how much you're using. Basically, I'm not using that much. I have available 49. Ambient mode allows you to choose, like I have my Google Photos on here. And I can start it now. I'll show you real quick. It will show pictures of my Google Photos. So I like that. But you can choose an art gallery or custom AI art, which uses generative AI to create your own images. Go into, and you can come in here and just switch it and create your own new or whatever you want here. It's up to you. But I like my Google Photos, so I'll keep that. When my screensaver's on, I like to show my weather. I didn't have that set up, so I'll add that. I want my weather to show in Fahrenheit. I have the time usually shown. You can show personal photo data. Portrait Google Photos, since I show them as pairs. Personal photo curation. All albums. You can set the slideshow speed. It changes after a minute for me. System, and then power and energy. Power on behavior. This is an important one. So every time I turn the TV on, it automatically goes to my Google TV home screen. But if you didn't want that, you can use your last input. So like if you're always playing, for instance, your PlayStation or your Apple TV, it'll automatically go to that one if you choose last input, because then maybe that's the last one you use. So whatever your last HDMI input or whatever input on your TV you were using, it'll automatically always go to that last one. If you hate hearing those system sounds, here it is. You can turn them off. I have them off, but you can turn them at low, medium, or high. This is where your game master settings are. I have it set to auto, and then on like HDMI 2, it's on. But you can have it depends how you want to use it, but it basically makes your gaming look better. You can change settings within it. Going back to the main screen of settings, you can go into remotes and accessories. This is where you can pair up a new Bluetooth remote or Bluetooth accessory as well. And there you guys go. Those are my tips and tricks for the QM6K TCL 98-inch TV. Thanks for watching. If you want to pick it up, it's linked down below. It's a great TV, matte display, skinny bezels, great sound, great picture. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you down the road. Peace.